Marcus Anderson, yeah.
Why is she having dinner with Marcus Anderson, and why is he then going home with Meghan and Harry?
January 2026. And the photographs people have been quietly whispering about for years suddenly exploded back into the spotlight. Meghan Markle repeatedly pictured with Marcus Anderson again and again at Soho House events, at Paris Fashion Week, even at Disneyland with her children. The man who controls access to some of the most exclusive private clubs on the planet is constantly right there beside Meghan.
Actually attended the garden party and overheard something Meghan said to Harry. So after about 15 minutes talking to guests and being charming, Meghan turned to Harry, and I quote from Lady C's book, "Harry, this is really boring."
Now let's slow this down and explain what Soho House actually is. This isn't just a club. It's one of the most exclusive private members networks in the world. Locations in London, New York, Toronto, Los Angeles, every city that matters if you want proximity to wealth, power, and influence. You don't just pay your way in, you need sponsorship from existing members. You need approval. And the man who decides who gets through the door? Marcus Anderson, the global membership director. Marcus didn't start at the top. He began as a waiter and worked his way up to become Nick Jones's right-hand man. He's the person who crafts guest lists for celebrity-heavy events. He decides which actors, models, financiers, and social climbers are allowed into the room. Nick Jones founded Soho House in 1995 and built it into a global empire worth billions. And he's been very clear about one thing. He once said publicly, "We try not to give membership to people who would fuel paparazzi or bring press potch." People who were denied membership include Kim Kardashian and Kobe Bryant, genuine global superstars, because they brought too much attention. Let me explain what Soho House really is. This is one of the most exclusive private members networks in the world. Locations in London, New York, Toronto, Louisiana, everywhere that matters. You can't just buy your way in. You need an existing member to sponsor you. You need approval. And who makes those calls? Marcus Anderson, the global membership director. He began as a waiter, then climbed all the way up to become Nick Jones's right-hand man, the guy who personally builds celebrity guest lists. The guy who decides which actors, models, and wealthy power players get access. Nick Jones founded Soho House in 1995 and turned it into a worldwide empire worth billions. But here's his rule regarding membership. He publicly said, "We try not to give membership to people who would fuel paparazzi or bring press." Do you know who got refused? Kim Kardashian, Kobe Bryant, real global superstars. Too much attention. Soho House didn't want them. Hi, Queenie put it perfectly. It's extremely strange that a man, gay or straight, attaches himself to a family the way Marcus Anderson does with Harry, Meghan, and the children. Like a parasite always hanging in the background. Someone actually attended a garden party and overheard something Meghan said to Harry. After about 15 minutes of greeting guests and playing the charming host, Meghan reportedly turned to Harry and said, "According to Lady C's book, Harry, this is really boring." Now let's slow this down and explain what Soho House actually is. This isn't just a club. It's one of the most exclusive private members networks in the world. Locations in London, New York, Toronto, Los Angeles, every city that matters if you want proximity to wealth, power, and influence. You don't just pay your way in. You need sponsorship from existing members. You need approval. And the man who decides who gets through the door? Marcus Anderson, the global membership director. Marcus didn't start at the top. He began as a waiter and worked his way up to become Nick Jones's right-hand man. He's the person who crafts guest lists for celebrity-heavy events. He decides which actors, models, financiers, and social climbers are allowed into the room. Nick Jones founded Soho House in 1995 and built it into a global empire worth billions. And he's been very clear about one thing. He once said publicly, "We try not to give membership to people who would fuel paparazzi or bring press." People who were denied membership include Kim Kardashian and Kobe Bryant, genuine global superstars, because they brought too much attention. Soho House didn't want them. As one commentator put it bluntly, it's downright bizarre that a man, gay or straight, would attach himself so consistently to a single family the way Marcus Anderson does with Harry, Meghan, and their children. Always present, always nearby, always in the background. So explain this. How does Meghan Markle, a cable television actress on Suits, earning around $50,000 per episode, gain access to Soho House locations around the world? How does she become a regular when bigger names were turned away? There is only one realistic answer: Marcus Anderson, the man who controls the guest list. And Meghan became extremely close to the gatekeeper. This wasn't random. This wasn't luck. This was strategic. Meghan aligned herself with the one person who could open doors to rooms full of wealthy, powerful, and connected people. And that access changed her entire life. Now let's talk about the photographs, because these are not innocent snapshots of casual friendship. These images show a level of physical and emotional closeness that makes people uncomfortable. December 2014. Meghan and Marcus at an event. She's holding a large glass of wine, her arm wrapped around his back. Marcus is leaning in, trying to get his face as close to hers as possible. The body language reads as intimate. June 2016. 1 month before Meghan meets Harry. The Toronto Gala. Marcus in a blue tuxedo, Meghan in a little black dress. His arm is firmly around her waist. The photos carry an undeniably flirtatious energy. And remember, this is supposedly just weeks before she meets Prince Harry on a blind date. Why does Meghan Markle's so-called best friend, the man who set her up with Prince Harry, seem to vanish from public explanation? Marcus Anderson was the third wheel in the early days of her romance with Harry. He was front and center at their 2018 wedding. September 2017, the Invictus Games in Toronto. Meghan is sitting next to Marcus in the stands, their knees touching. Harry is there too, but the image that circulated shows Meghan gazing at Marcus with a wide smile, while Harry stares ahead looking distinctly uncomfortable. October 2025. Paris Fashion Week. The photo that went viral. Meghan and Marcus walking through Paris, holding hands. Not linked arms, not casual contact. Hands intertwined the way couples do. Social media erupted. And people asked the obvious question: where is Harry? June 2025. Disneyland. Lilibet's 4th birthday. Family photos are shared, and once again, Marcus Anderson is there. Meghan even uses a heart emoji to cover his face in the Instagram post. Why? If he's just an innocent friend, why hide who he is? Here's the part that really stands out. Meghan has never been photographed alone at Soho House. Not once. She's always with Marcus Anderson, Misha Nunu, or Harry. And that matters because Soho House rules require guests to remain with the member who brought them. Which means Meghan was not a member. She was Marcus Anderson's guest. Every single time. And for Harry himself, many people now suggest he's trapped. As his mother famously said, there were 3 of us in this marriage. History, according to some observers, appears to be repeating itself. Harry is described as someone who goes along with what is suggested to him. Nick Jones stepped down as Soho House CEO in November 2022 after a prostate cancer diagnosis, but he remained involved creatively and with membership decisions. He knows what happened inside those clubs. Every party, every private room, every arrangement. Insiders describe Soho House not as a club, but as a networking machine, deliberately designed to connect ambition with wealth and power. The business model is privacy, spaces where deals are made and relationships are formed away from cameras. Nick Jones owns Babington House, the countryside location where Harry and Meghan had early dates. Sources say Marcus Anderson coordinated those meetings, arranged logistics, and ensured privacy. That's not casual friendship. That's professional facilitation. Babington House also has a reputation. Behind its fireplaces and refined decor, insiders describe an edgy atmosphere. A place where networking happens beyond business cards and polite conversation. Let's revisit how Harry and Meghan actually met, because the official story doesn't align with documented accounts. Royal biographer Katie Nicholl detailed that Harry asked Marcus Anderson to arrange an opportunity to meet Meghan. That meeting took place in a private room at Soho House London in July 2016. There were 7 or 8 people present, just enough to keep things discreet and comfortable.